Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, something a little bit different for Harry's birthday. I know I always do the birthday, what's going on in the next year projections. And this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do Harry's Rosicrucian solar return birthday year. And it's a little bit different, but it's a little bit more in depth. So, Harry is a Mercury personality. And a Mercury personality, that's your e-commerce, that's your communications, that is very mental. And it's so interesting because Mercury is rules Virgo, and he's a Virgo. And Mercury goes into Virgo at approximately the same time as Virgo starts, August 23rd. So it's very interesting that he is this Mercury personality. But the thing with the Mercury personality is they are like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other side. They can be the smooth talking salesman that actually sells you something that you need in a very thinking of you first rather than their commission. Or the Mercury personality can be the commission hungry salesman that sells you things that you don't need. So, when we look at here, it's transform ideas, goals into reality, skillful action, confident power, all the resources you need. In its reverse is manipulation, lacking resources, trickery, untapped potential, improper use of power. I think we can see all of those in Harry. There's much, much more to the Mercury personality than that. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up. If you're a Mercury personality, that doesn't mean you always want to trick people or you do bad things. Not at all. You have free will choice as a human being. It just says you have the potential for it, and it's up to you what kind of karma you want to create in your world because you're creating this karma, right? You're the manifester. You're the great manifester. And look at that. The clock agrees with me. So let's get on with Harry's year. Now, everybody in their Rosicrucian year starts with a sun, and then because look, your new year is being birthed, and then you end it with Saturn because Saturn is the end of life, so it's the end of your year. So you start it with the sun. You burst yourself out into your new year, and then you go into your moon time, and then you go into your Mars time, and then you go into your Mercury time, and then you go into your Jupiter time, and then you go into your Venus time, and then you go into your Saturn time when everything falls apart. So, and everybody does that from your birthday to birthday. Everybody goes through this cycle. Whether you know it or not. And once you know your cycle, you look back and you go, oh, yeah, I always seem to get fired during that time. Or, wow, yeah, that was, really lucky during that time. And, well, it's so weird. I always take my holidays during my Venus. Like, it's interesting how your subconscious, your natural vibes pick up on the natural vibes of the planet. So let's see what's Harry's year going to be like. What's Harry's year going to be like? What's Harry's 40th year? What's Harry's 40th birthday going to look like? What's Harry's 40th birthday, 40th year going to look like? And each period is divided into 52 days over the year. Ooh, that was an interesting cut. It cut, and then a couple bounced out. Wow. So on the sun, we have 10 of cups. So his first 52 days are going to be all about his family. And we're already hearing about that, about the children, about how happy he is. We're already hearing about that. So his moon cycle, we've got the two of pentacles. Under the tower, we have the star. Under the magician, under Mercury, we have, I don't read these upside down. Oh, the 8 of cups upright. Under his Jupiter, we have 8 of swords upright. Under his Venus, we have Page of Wands upright. And on his Saturn, we have Knight of Swords upright. I want to also show you how this also works. In Saturn, the 52 days before your birthday, Saturn takes things away from you. Especially some of them are meant to leave you. If you're in a terrible relationship, if you're in a terrible job, all of a sudden you'll find out the company's gone bankrupt and now you don't no longer have that job. If you're in a terrible marriage, maybe, and you refuse to leave it, your spouse will leave you, those kind of things. But I want to point out to you, 52 days before Harry's birthday, his mom died. And he cannot let that go. And it's interesting that how he has struggled with that his whole life. And it's because it happened in the 52 days before his birthday that Saturn is taking him to task on that. And it's been very difficult for him to let go of that versus William. William was in his moon time, which is moon time are things that are easily gotten over. So when things happen in your Saturn time, they're very difficult to get over. If you get sick or you get a terrible diagnosis during your Saturn time, it's very difficult to get over. And also, I wanted to, we look at Catherine. Catherine would have got that diagnosis, or she would have had her surgery in the 52 days before her birthday, and look at the struggles she's having getting over it. They thought it was just surgical, take it out, it wasn't cancer. Guess what it is? And now months and months and months are going on and she's still suffering with it. So this system actually works. Once you plug in some things that have happened in your life, you'll be absolutely shocked how real it is. I'm just trying to think what else. Anyways, let's get on with his reading. What's underlying here? Oh, struggle. This is going to be a year of struggles for him. A year of struggles for him. So first of all, the first 52 days, actually we're going to hear how happy he is, how joyful he is, how, life under the rainbow. Maybe we might even hear something about his camping trip with his Brokeback Mountain friends. But it's going to be joy. Look how happy I am. And, sod all of you. I'm doing good. I'm happy. I'm joyful. We're going to hear a lot of that in the first 52 days after his birthday. 40s, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Yada, 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 yada. After that, he's got some big decisions to make, especially when it comes to money. He's got some budgeting to do. It'll all be about, do I go home? Don't I go home? We got the ships in the background here. Of course, this probably will run into just before Christmas for him, the next 52 days. So then he's going to he's got to make some decisions. He's definitely it's between two things. He's got to make some decisions, whether it's sail the ocean blue, where does he stay, where's he emotionally attached to, because we're in a moon time. But so we might see some kind of movement here in those 52 days. Those are the best times to actually move. It's not a good time to buy a home, but it's a really good time to move home. So we might see some kind of movement here, or moving money around, things that are done very decisively and quickly. Now, on his Mars time, we have the star. This would tell me some kind of healing has to happen. So this could be some kind of healing around his mother. As you know, the star is my Diana card, because her birthday is July the 1st, and there's 7 small stars and 1 big star. I think also this is when you have hope and healing on Mars, that means something happened and you have to heal from it. And I'm wondering if we might see him in a type of a rehab situation in his Mars time. So that would be 52 days, 52 days, 52 days. So during his Mars time. You know what? I think what I'll do is below this, I'll list his 52 days. And so then you can go back and look at it. All right. So during his Mercury time, this is when so he might decide something here in his moon time. And then if he does some kind of rehab, this honestly screams rehab to me. Something that has fallen apart, he has to heal. And so to me, this is like, it's all about Diana. So some kind of something that maybe he's addicted to because he lost his mother, or some kind of mental illness or help that he needs for mental health. That's what this is telling me. It's something that has to do with the tower moment in his life, which is his mother passing. He might be doing some kind of extreme work with that. He might be saying to himself, enough is enough, or something happens that he has no choice but to face this and heal it. But what's going to happen is during this Mars time, when he's facing this rehab and he's healing this, he's going to realize what's missing in his life, and he's going to go look for it. I think he will leave some stuff behind. I think he's going to realize that he's missing a lot in his life, because that's what it is. Eight of Cups is what's missing in your life. So, under the Mercury, he's not living to his full potential. He's not living why he came here. As a Mercury, they have like great potential to be fantastic communicators. And that book was a nightmare. He can't do, like, he's boring speaker. Sorry, he is. Or commerce. They're flopples. Nothing has gone right. I think it's really going to hit him that he is 40 years old and he has nothing to show for it, other than a wife and 2 invisible children. But he has no family, he has no business, he has no job, he has no skills, and that's all on Mercury here. And he is a Mercury. So I think this year is really going to hit him. He is 40 years old and he's not living up to his potential. Also, once you turn 40, you are in your Mars time over the course of your life, right? This is just 1 year. Over the course of your life, after you turn 40 to about 55, actually it's probably 42-ish to 55 is your Mars time, and that's when you blow your life up. That's the midlife crisis. So that's going to be a real turning point for him halfway through the year. We're halfway through the year, and he's going to pivot something. Now, under his Jupiter, he has 8 of Swords. That's not looking really good, because your Jupiter, that's your Wheel of Fortune, that's your money, that's your luck, and he's going to feel like a victim, like he never really came to his potential. And that's another reason I think he's going to have this crisis moment here, that, I'm 40 and I nothing to show for it, really. And I think that he's going to realize, well, I do have, another 20, 30 years of working or creating, at least 20 years to create something. But he's going to find out he's actually trapped himself with his luck and his money. He's run out of luck. He's run out of money. His hands are tied, and he's done it to himself. Perhaps he has no money. Maybe he's spent all his money. Perhaps he has no access to his money for whatever reason. Perhaps he has no access to opportunities for whatever reason. And it's interesting, a red robe. So he's going to do this pivot and then realize that he basically has to start from scratch. But here's the thing, though, with the 8 of Swords, you don't blame yourself. You blame everybody else around you that you're trapped. So we might see some finger pointing here. We might see, well, she spent all my money, or, my dad won't give me any money, or something. The blame game is going to go on here. And that's typical Harry. So under his Venus, we're going to hear some really good announcements. We're going to hear possibly some fresh starts. We're going to hear some passionate announcements about relationships, partnerships. Could be another trip. I don't know, but we could hear something about. It could even literally be that they're announcing they're going to Egypt, right? We're going to go to Egypt, and they're inviting us to go climb some mountains there. We hear Egypt has. I think that's a joke. We're definitely going to we're going to finally hear some good news that grows, news that is exciting. And this will be around next summertime for him. This will be around next summertime, sometime around June, July. We're going to hear some really fantastic news from him, and it's going to be news that grows. So does he have a job? Has he, it's going to be about partnership. I'm not seeing much about love here, but some kind of new, fresh beginnings. Now, under Saturn, I think under work, responsibilities, and whatnot, he's either going to become very active, proactive at things, or he's going to be looking back to the past, attacking people for the decisions that he made, that he, that he can't move forward, that, we might see, for example, the Knight of Swords, again, is the Knight of Words. We might see another expose, or something to do with, maybe this is when the polo stuff is going to come out, right? Here's a polo player on his Saturn. This is before his birthday next year. So, but they already said they're going to release that in December. But maybe I don't know. We might see him do another interview. We might see another book come out. This is a book, a writer's work and responsibility. And rather than the Mars is more blockages and things that stop you. Whereas he might sit down and write another book. We might see him on more interviews, and that could possibly be why of this Empress here as well. Some kind of creative endeavor. The wand is creative. So we might hear something about a new book or a new documentary or some such thing like that. That's what Knight of Swords is, writing. But this is very aggressive. Very aggressive. So we might see more attacks on the royal family. We might see more blame game on the royal family. I don't think he's going to shake that this year. I'm really not, because it's on his luck and money. His luck and money is blaming other people of being the victim. That's where he's made lots of his money. So we might hear, his second book is coming out, kind of thing. Or maybe his second book is, I realized, blaming other people. There's a joke. I'm over my mother, kind of thing, or that's another joke. Yeah, he's definitely not going to shake that at all. But what I find very interesting, other than the happy family that we're going to hear about in the next 52 days, not much is here about his marriage. Not other than walking away and finding out what's missing. That's not necessarily walking away from his marriage either. We don't have the Lovers here. We don't have Ace of Cups. We really don't have his children, because his children are Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords. We don't see a lot here with that. So other than the first initial part about how happy he is, which is also a 10, which is you're either at the end of that joy or that joy is short-lived. We don't really see a lot here. We do see he's going to struggle this year. We don't see a lot of losses for him. Like we don't have the tower on the tower kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits some kind of rehab or, puts himself into some kind of healing program, therapy, whatnot, and especially if it comes around his mother and his victimhood. Yeah, I think basically for Harry, same old, same old. That's what the planets are telling me. That's what kind of year he's going to have. And I wouldn't be surprised if before his next birthday, next summer, we hear that he's writing a second book, or he's doing a series, or maybe part two of the Polo. We could see something like that as well. But yeah, brace yourself. I wonder if some of us, we've created a resistance by mentioning how many times they're going to divorce. I don't see a lot of love here. Like, I don't see other than, that. And like I said, that's short lived because it's a 10, so it's an ending. We don't see a lot of love here. We don't see a lot of, we don't see like nice loving cups, 2 of cups, 3 of cups, Ace of cups. We don't see the lovers, for example. We don't see a lot of that. So we don't see a lot of money either. So I don't know. This could be what's he doing with the inheritance? This could actually be the inheritance as well. Gives his family a bit of a boost. But we don't see a lot of money here either, Harry. We don't see money. We don't see love. Don't see a lot of sex. What else? Yeah. Here we go again. Hapless Harry. Happy birthday, anyways. 40's a big year. I sincerely hope he makes the best of it. And I'm somewhat jealous. I wish I was turning 40 again. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.